So Corsair have only gone and done it. They've released a monitor and they've been generous enough to send it to us. So I'm going to unbox it and we're going to take a look and throw it into some gamings. So this is a 32-inch panel. It does have that 2K resolution. For me personally, 2K resolution on a 32-inch panel, so it is a bit of a too large panel for that resolution, but we'll get into that later. It does have a 165Hz refresh rate and a 1 ms response time. This thing does actually have 100% sRGB and 100% Adobe RGB coverage, which means this thing is super color accurate. So that's going to be really interesting to see when we hook it up later, but it means that this can serve both gaming purposes and multimedia purposes. I'm a video editor, so this would be perfect. If anyone from work's watching this, hook it up. Let's get out of the box anyway and see what it looks like. This has come out very easily. I've got a history of not being able to open monitor boxes. We have a DisplayPort 1.4. We also have a HDMI 2.0. It's not HDMI 2.1 on this monitor, but you kind of expect that because it's not 4K. And then you also have a USB-C cable, which is pretty great because this can charge some mobile phones. There's not enough power wattage to maybe charge a laptop, but it'll allow it to keep running. What is this? Screws, and I imagine this is for the stand. Great, we have to screw things into place. Kettle lead and your power brick. Wow, this feels incredible. I'm pretty sure this is aluminium, and straight away it's an absolute fingerprint. Oh, then again, no, they fade away. That's pretty nice. Judging by this, I imagine this is also VESA mountable, so if you want to VESA mount your monitor, go for it. I VESA mount my monitor. It's Corsair's first monitor. I'm glad that they've kind of experimented a bit and didn't just follow the same footprint as every other monitor and just release kind of the same design. Seriously, look at this thing. It looks like a massive oversized coat hanger, but I like it. This will go into here. Okay, we've got a thumb screw for the bottom, for the base of the stand, just right here. It simply just clips onto the back, like so. It'll click, you'll hear a slight click, and then you just have to get your screws. Okay, so in this package we've got what looks like 2 more cable management routes for the back. So I'm going to screw this monitor into place and then we'll take a closer look. Wow, there's just Corsair logos everywhere and I'm not even mad about it because I just love their logo. One of the great features of this, so if I just turn this round quickly, if you can see here at the top there is actually a screw. Now you're probably asking yourself, random guy from WePC, what does the screw do? Well, you can actually take that out and then you can actually mount an Elgato Flex arm. So that will allow you, for example, there's one I made earlier, to mount a Elgato Facecam directly here. So what you will do is get the mount, goes out like this, and you can put your camera on. So if you are a live streamer, then you can simply have your monitor like so. The mount arm will come here, your camera will be there, boom, you got Facecam. Maybe you want a mic on, you can do that. You can also attach a DSLR, so you can have that, attach a full frameless camera, whatever it is that you want to do that is compatible with Elgato. It's a nice little partnership that they have done. So let's just go through some of the functionality. Of course, you've got height, adjustment, pivot. Does it swivel? It doesn't. So I was wondering this. The issue is, and it's not just Corsair, a lot of monitors do this, because there's no swivel adjustment, you kind of have to just go fending for the inputs. So for example, I want to now tell you what inputs are in here, but I kind of just have to get way under here. But it does have a integrated USB 3.0 hub. Of course, you've got your Type-C input, your DisplayPort 1.4, and a dual HDMI 2.0 input. The matte texture that is on the back of this looks absolutely stunning. So I'm gonna throw it over there and I'll see you then. Okay, so we've got it all set up at our desk now. I did try and install iCUE, but the monitor isn't registering. We've got the newest version, we've checked for updates, so the software might just not yet be released. This monitor is still brand new. So it does have a joystick, which is, thank God, I'm so happy that people are just putting joysticks on things now because they're so much better. So in your picture, you have your usual preset modes. So you'll have movie, text, sRGB, creative, game, and then back to your standard. And then of course you've got your audio settings, your input sources, and some information such as HDR, where you can turn it on there. We'll start, of course, it's a 1 ms response time, so I'm gonna throw it into Counter-Strike, see how it performs. So while CSGO is loading, as you can clearly see, the footprint of this stand is quite large. I am using a TKL, so I've got quite a bit more space. But you have to remember, the reason that this is so large is because you can mount a full frame DSLR on the top of your monitor. So if you have a flimsy stand, it's just gonna fall. And you can also hook up key lights, webcams, wherever it is. So the stand needs to withhold that. So everyone that came into the studio to look at this monitor was like, whoa, that thing's absolutely huge. Yes, it has a purpose, but that is why it's so big. So straight away, in terms of viewing distance, it feels very comfortable in this position. I'll be honest, I am not a fan of 32-inch monitors in general for competitive gaming. For single player titles, I don't complain as much. But I do like the 27-inch max kind of monitors because I just feel like, of course, then you don't have to physically move your head to look for what's going on in the game. CSGO is a very grey game, as I've mentioned. There's not a lot of colour going on, but even then, the little colour that it does have is popping. Like, it does feel very saturated, and there's been no adjustments to the screen, and I really, really like it. Okay, so we've loaded up Doom Eternal. I thought, let's get a colourful game, and, you know, this has a lot of blood and environmental effects, so that'll do. The one thing that I've noticed whilst playing on this monitor, which I can't seem to get out of my head, is this inner bezel at the top, which they haven't removed. Now, I'm an editor. I can't live without two monitors. That's just how I go. So if I was to get two of these, this would be so annoying if they were side by side. Similarly, if you had like 3 of them for a racing sim. I don't know how well the camera's gonna pick it up in terms of like comparison to my eyes, but look at the color. Everything just pops. It looks incredible. I'm a big fan. I am a big fan. So I've just loaded up a kind of like a product demo video, if you will. This is just Japan, one of my favorite places. And you can now seriously see the colors come to life. I've not changed any settings. I've not boosted saturation. I've not changed it to sRGB mode. This is strictly out of the box standard mode. I don't want to be any bias and put on custom settings, because that is what we will do when we test it. But this is straight out of the box, and these are the colors, and look how fantastic. You can see even like the minute details of the blue in the corners here. Everything just looks fantastic, and it really brings the entire image to life. So there you have it, the Corsair XENEON monitor. You know what? For their first attempt, they've done pretty incredible. We are going to do a full in-depth review, so definitely subscribe to the channel and go to weepc.com to see that. If you did enjoy this video, I'd love if you could leave a like and subscribe if you are new to our channel, and I'll see you in the next one.